Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July, 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence, the first-class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful.
It was strategic. Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days research program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day research. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me, and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things, and it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me, as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days research program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day research. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me, and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things, and it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me, as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are. You may be in New Zealand or Australia or somewhere far away. Okay. So if your day is coming to a close like mine, I hope you've had a beautiful day. Yes. I hope you've had a productive day. Thank you, Temitope from Ogun State, Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, George, it's another week of seasoned and profound words of wisdom and excellence. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So yes, I appreciate that we're joining from all over the world. And here we're discussing leadership. Thank you, Luasho from Nova Scotia. Wow, Canada. Thank you. Apostle Adeleke from Makodi. Yemi from Dallas. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So in our community, our vision, right? For us at Sam Adeyemi GLC, and the GLC stands for Global Leadership Consulting, right? Our vision is to raise high impact leaders that will shape the destinies of organizations and nations. Okay. So here we increase our sophistication, right? The sophistication of our leadership skills. Thank you, Tayo from Abuja, John from Eket, Tim from Chicago, Chikak from Gombe. Amazing. Oh, Felicia from Moscow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I share this story a lot because it captures the heart of our assignment. The conversation I had with an ex-governor in Nigeria, and we were on the flight together, and I was commending him for a project that he embarked on when he was governor. And I said, that project alone testified of his capacity for vision. I said, but I'm sorry, I can't say the same about many of your colleagues, many of your contemporaries in the political class. He said, Sam, Nigeria is like an aircraft that is being flown by pilots that did not go to flying school. And when they crash the plane, everybody screams. I said, wow, that is so apt. When we expect so much from leaders, the question we need to ask is, who taught them leadership? It's one thing for you to be good in making money, for you to be good in achieving your goals. Yeah. A lot of executives, corporate executives, rose to the top because they deliver. They deliver the results. However, there are people skills, big issues. There are big issues with people skills. Okay. So then the question is, okay, specifically, who taught us leadership? Many of the people that occupy leadership positions today, we need to ask how many books have they read on leadership, right? How many courses have they attended? What training have they attended? That's important. How you can't give what you don't have. So that's why it's so important to us in this community that we share, that we teach ourselves, that we keep talking week in, week out, day in, day out about leadership. Because like John Maxwell would say, everything rises and falls on leadership. One African proverb says that the fish rots from the head, right? Oh yeah. I say when you look at a cow or an animal, you know where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. Where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. Good. And that leads me to our discussion today, because you know we don't stay long here. And for some of us, we've had a long day already. I want to talk about values. I want us to discuss about values, right? How values impact your leadership. How values impact your leadership. Thank you, Austin from Abuja. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Evans from Umuahia. Thank you, Stella from Abuja. And yes. Oh, April Jones says, I just finished reading their leader book. I bought it for so and so. Now I know the difference between cost and value. Thank you. Buying a book is one of the smartest things anybody can do in this world. I promise you. Thank you, Joel from Daystar. Buying a book is one of the smartest things anybody can do in this world. Anyway, how your values affect your leadership or influence your leadership. This is absolutely important, right? Because as we came out of COVID, I saw leaders struggling. We're still in it. The world is still reeling from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The world will never remain the same again. If for nothing, thank you, Michelle from Zambia. If for nothing, for the fact that human psyche changed. Humans changed. Whether people are conscious of that change or not, the world changed because people changed. COVID rearranged our values. That's why it's so important, and that's why the change is so deep. COVID reorganized our values at a time when there was even no solution, no cure yet, no vaccine yet. Millions of people died. The most important thing you wanted to do was to stay alive. Some of the things we thought were so important, we could not do without them. We dumped them. What are you talking about? Oh, me, I cannot do without going on vacation. Every year, I cannot do without that year, you did without going on vacation and you did not die. You did without going for vacation. You did not go for vacation. You did not die. You wanted to stay alive, right? So, I'll tell you what happened in organizations. Leaders had to make decisions, right? Almost every leader on this planet had never experienced something like that before. So we did not have any template to work by, right? Nobody had gone to school to learn how to deal with a scenario like this. So leaders were feeling their way through the situation. Now, I'll tell you that when you find yourself in scenarios like that, your values kick in. The arrangement of the priorities in your own belief system, in your own thinking. What is more important than what? That's what kicks in your decision making. So I could see the values of leaders playing out in the decisions that were being made all over the world. I was expecting that people would be making serious decisions about their lives, and it happened, right? Where the leader valued money or profits over human life, it showed in the decisions that they made in their organizations. It even showed for some national leaders, where a leader valued power over human lives. It showed. You saw many leaders in government losing their elections after COVID. in the US, there was something called the Great Resignation. People resigned their jobs en masse. En masse. Why? Because all of a sudden it dawned on people, oh my God, so okay, so they don't really value my life here, right? So okay, so they value their own survival, their own sustenance more than I need to think for my life now. People made choices. Just so if this kind of a thing happens again, it's not going to catch me unawares. For those of us in Nigeria, we know that right after, you know, it was during COVID that you had the NSAS protests, and then combined with COVID, people's mindsets changed, and you had a mass exodus of people out of Nigeria, especially the middle class. Some organizations lost whole departments. They're starving whole departments. Okay. So I've been talking about values just so that leaders would be conscious of what is going on, because the shakings are still going on. Experts had predicted that protests would increase. Civil protests would increase around the world post-COVID. It's happening. 2 weeks ago, they ran the prime minister out of our country completely in Bangladesh, right? And you're having protests here and there. They're not going to stop. Now, the big issue is, how are we going to respond as leaders? Secondly, for those of us who are not even C-level leaders yet, maybe you're not a governor or president yet, okay, maybe you're not even the founder of the organization yet. Wherever you are right now, it's rehearsal. It's rehearsal for the new future, right? And I want to emphasize on the fact that when you find yourself in those unpredictable scenarios, uncertain scenarios, your values will kick in. Your values will kick in. So you need to pay attention to your values. I wrote an article in Forbes, and we'll put the link in the chat room. And I just wanted to pick some thoughts there. And I'll leave you to read the full article later. 5 ways your values make you a peak performing leader. 5 ways your values make you a peak performing leader. Defining your values as a leader can transform the way you lead completely, because leadership is about people, right? Leadership is about people. So when you clarify your values, it's going to influence your decision making, and that absolutely is going to have impact on your results, right? And those results will shape your reputation. So, and you can have a massive shift in your reputation as a leader. I empathize a lot with some of my friends in government, because sometimes they're just puzzled as to why they have a bad reputation, why citizens are angry with them, and things like that. But you know what? Your values shine through, because they influence your decision making at a subconscious level. You will think you are thinking, but it is your values that are thinking for you. So the best thing is to think about those values up front and to be intentional about the way you shape them, right? So in the article, I said that values strengthen our sense of identity. Values, that's personally, you've defined the standards, you've defined the principles, that guide your own behavior, your own decision making and behavior. You've decided what are the things that are important to you as a person for the achievement of your life purpose. and your life vision, right? For some people, they know already integrity is something I cannot compromise, or fun plays a big role. Why? I check my makeup. I'm designed to be an entertainer. So fun. So you find out, even when you define your work, fun has to be in it. Because that's where your bread and butter are coming from. Because that's where your gifts are. Okay? Physical fitness, beauty, excellence, frugality, right? Financial discipline, right? Different things like that. So when you are able to define your values, they express or they indicate self-awareness. They help self-awareness. They help you to know who you are. That's fine. The more you know who you are, the more you know who you are not. Makes it easier for you to make decisions when opportunities come to you or people make suggestions to you, right? So yes, defining our values also help us to define with clarity who we are. They help us to define our sense of identity. So you can say, I know who I am, right? This is who I am. Or I know who I'm not. No, I am not the person you're describing. That is not me. I like that. So how would you describe who you are? Right? How would you describe who you are? Would you describe yourself as hardworking? Look, I'm a hardworking person. I don't joke with my job. Okay? Or I'm a honest person. Or I'm a fair person. I hate cheating. That's who I am. Right? This is really important. Sometimes I study highly successful people, especially when they conflict in their ideas. And I realize the fact that there's conflict does not mean that anyone is wrong. Absolutely. Your values are your values. Your values are your values. Okay? So except they are morally wrong, each person is permitted to have or to define what their own values are. What is important to you is important to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be important to me, okay? So having done that, then values make decision-making easier. Values make decision-making easier, right? Values make decision-making easier. You're applying to work with an organization. What are the values of this organization? The spoken ones and the unspoken ones. Do they align with your personal values? Oh, no. It's not enough to take a job just to get some pay. It's not enough just to get some pay. You find out that each time you make a decision that is in alignment with your values, it strengthens your confidence. It does. It strengthens your self-esteem. It builds your self-image. My mentor, Dr. David Oyedepo, says, if you don't have values, you don't have value. Have you noticed that the word values derives from the word value? Yeah. So these things that we call values, you see why many people don't pay attention to them? Because they're intangible. They are intangible, but they shaped the world. Some countries have built whole industries on some specific values. I promise you that. Switzerland built a whole industry on the value for time, on the value for precision in timing, and built a whole industry that the world recognized until Japan came with technology, right? And gave us digital watches. Okay. So compare countries, right? Compare their values, and you will see why some economies are prosperous and some others are not. Okay, so this discussion is very important. You make some decisions, they devalue You make some decisions, they increase your perception before people. Some people value health, right? Some people don't value their health. Some people value money over their health. So they burn their bodies, burn their resources. They're experiencing burnout. They work excessively. Their lives are lopsided. Something goes wrong with the health, and then they find out the money loses its meaning, right? So some people value relationships more than anything else. What I hear is that when people are on their deathbeds, usually it is their relationships that they think about. Amazing. Like my sweetheart, Pastor Nike, said recently, Dr. Nike Adeyemi, she said, nobody is leaving this world with a pin. Right? At the point at which somebody exits this world, the value of everything they acquired to them is zero. Right? And then they have to write a will, share out what it is they've acquired, again on the basis of what? Relationships. Good. How do you discover your values? Okay, let me jump to that to give somebody an idea. How do you define your values? Shortcut. Go online, Google, Google words that describe values. Words that describe values. You will see some lists 25. You will see some lists 50. You will see some lists 100. I recommend the 100 one. Okay. So what you want to do is you just want to circle all the ones, print it out. Yeah. You want to circle all, or you want to look through the list and type out, maybe on your phone or write somewhere the ones that describe you. Okay. The ones that describe you, and you see punctuality, you say, yeah, that's me. Family, that's me. I value family. Okay. Relationship, that's me. I value relationship. Financial independence, oh, that's me. You circle that. Okay. Or you write it out. So you then look at the whole list and then try to reduce the list to 20. If you have more than 20 values. Some words are similar, okay? They mean just about the same thing. So you group them together, pick one of the words, right? You reduce the number. If you can further reduce down to 10, that would be fantastic. If you can further reduce down to 10, that would be fantastic, okay? That's shortcut. Secondly, look at your life presently. Look at your life already. What are the things you actually prioritize? Look at the way you invest your time. What are the things you invest your time? What are the things you invest your time on the most? Because time is your most valuable resource as a human. Check your money. What do you spend your money on? Yeah. And then you see the things that really matter to you. So look at what you already prioritize. Okay. There was a day, there was an event at our son's school. And the event fell on a Sunday. And in the other part of my work, I'm a pastor. Fell on a Sunday and fell on my birthday. And pastor celebrating birthday on a Sunday in church. That's a good day. A good day to receive a lot of love. Okay. And then it didn't even take me anything to make the decision. It required international travel, but let's go. I was at our son's school. Okay. Because family comes number one. When I pick my diary and I begin to prepare for a new year, the first dates I blocked out of my diary are family dates. Everyone's birthdays. Thank God everyone is out of school now, but when they were in school, all the resumption dates went into my diary. All the closing dates went into my diary. All the breaks went into my diary. Any special event at the schools went into my diary. Then work could follow. Just my own priorities, right? Just my values. Okay, so let me wrap this up here so that I can take one or two questions before we go. Dear leader, more than anything else, value human life. Value human life. The human is the most valuable asset on this planet. When an individual gets it, it helps you. It literally transforms your life and your leadership, transforms your career, transforms your business. When a group of people get it, it transforms a whole nation. Value for human life. Human life is worth more than money. It's worth more than material things. So I say to leaders, yes, I know you have a target to meet and so on. But the more you value human life and celebrate that value, the more you make people feel valued, the more their motivation is intrinsic. In other words, they do what they do, not just because you told them to do it, but because they want to do it. They want to help you succeed. You value people, they will value you back, their leader. You devalue people, they will devalue you, and they will devalue your work. So, value people. Okay? Value people. When you have to make decisions, that kind of a thing, for example, influences you to prioritize excellence, right? You don't treat people with mediocrity. You treat people the best way you can. Anyway, so read the whole article, 5 ways your values make you a peak performing leader. And I see promotion ahead of many of us. I'm here to prepare us. And for those of us that are founders and CEOs already, this can be life-changing, helping your team members to define their values. Some people are not even supposed to be on the team. Their values are at variance with that of the organization, but they are staying in there. They're creating a different subculture in their department. Some people are having problems at their work, clashing with people, clashing with their boss, and they don't even understand why. Okay? It's because of the values. So when we review the values, make some little adjustments, right? When we make some little adjustments, our lives literally change. Okay? Take time to define your values. First, they establish your sense of identity. I said it affects your self-image, it builds your self-esteem. So you don't crave for validation externally in an excessive way, right? Yes, you get the validation comes from within. Okay, I write extensively also on values in my book, Dear Leader, Your Flagship Guide to Successful Leadership. It's available on Amazon. There's a whole chapter there on core values and agile change, guide behaviors, and build confidence. It's also my pleasure to invite you to 2 things, right? 2 events. On Thursday this week, that will be our next event online. On Thursday this week, I'll be doing 2 hours with some people on how to become a strategic leader, right? How to become a strategic leader. But that's if you get the course, right? There's a course. I already took time, hours, to record on video, this very powerful course. Don't forget, my doctorate degree is Doctor of Strategic Leadership. I know there's a huge difference between being a strategic leader and being an operational one, right? Operational leaders can lead their teams to succeed under normal circumstances, but the strategic ones, the kind of a scenario we have in our world now, rapidly changing scenario. So strategic leaders are able to help their teams succeed, not only in normal conditions, but in rapidly changing ones. It's like the military, right? Yes, you make your plans. You assume the different approaches that the enemy will take, and then you prepare to counter. But when you get there on the battlefront, then you realize your enemy, the enemy army also can be innovative, right? So the strategic leaders are the ones that can change their strategy rapidly. More importantly, strategic leaders help their teams to succeed not only in the present, but also in the future. They're the ones that start running and you don't see what is chasing them and what they're chasing, right? In this age that we're in, where everything is changing rapidly, we need to be strategic leaders. We need to cross bridges long before the rest of the world get to those bridges, right? That makes you to collect tough fee from other people. Whether you like it or not, 5 years will come, 10 years will come, 20 years will happen. The one thing that is guaranteed is that things are not going to remain the same. Things are not going to remain the same. So I'm really passionate about sharing how to think strategically and plan strategically and act strategically and build teams strategically, and influence strategically. Anyway, so I look forward to seeing those of us that can come. Of course, it will be a small number. Okay, all right. 19th to 21st of September also. 19th to 21st of September. Yes. Our last Dear Leader Conference for this year will be holding. So I encourage you also to register to join us. It's going to be a very special one. We touch on success, on finance, on leadership. And then the high point is the VIP session. So the Saturday 21st, that's only for the VIP session. Okay. I want to talk to C-suite leaders. I want us to talk about uncertainties. I want to talk about the factors that create uncertainty. I want us to talk about the preparation of your organization, your systems, and their capacity to respond to the disruptions that are inevitable. And then your own leadership and how it makes all the difference on whether you will leverage those disruptions to rise or fizzle out, or to fizzle out. Anyway, wow. Let me see. Can I find a question? Can I find a question or two? Can I find? I think I saw a question earlier on. People who have children spend all on their children. How do we save money? Make more. Okay, make more. I think it usually works better to approach it from those two dimensions. Make more and save more. Okay? Make more and save more. Make more and save more. But I absolutely understand you. It takes someone who's been through that phase to understand it. And I've seen, we've seen 3 of our children through university with 2 with master's degrees. You build houses, literally. Yes, some things sometimes have to be on hold. I'll tell you something that we did strategically though, because we saw it coming way ahead. That's for those who have young kids or you don't even have children yet. So we saw this thing coming way ahead. Oh, we'll pay school fees. Then we made some specific investments, right? For that time in the future when we need to pay the fees. So if you can make the investments, save specifically towards the school fees business, that would be really good. But it's a sacrificial thing, I promise you. And it is absolutely worth the investment. What's the role of a mentee to his mentor? That's a whole seminar. So the first thing is you've got to value the mentor and what the mentor knows and shares with you. Okay, so because their time is their most valuable asset. Highly successful people are all the same. Their most valuable resource is time. So you don't want to waste their time. I want to share the things I know with people that I know will apply them, period. Okay, so that's why I'm spending more of my time right now with C-suite leaders, because I've been teaching everyone en masse for over 30 years, right? So, but a mentor wants to share what they know with the person that will apply. Okay, that will apply what they know. What books would you recommend? Dear Leader, your flagship guide to successful leadership, right? And there's one that I wrote several years ago. It's also available on Amazon. Lead, Proven Principles to Multiply Your Success at Any Level. The basic thing I had in mind for writing it was, it's one thing for you to be able to do a job well, but once you are able to influence 5 people, 10 people, 50 people to do the job with you, your capacity for success multiplies. That's why I wrote the book. If you find anything written by John Maxwell, read it. Good. Yes, why organizations prefer production leaders than strategy leaders? Because most organizations focus on profits. Thank you. Why can't we have both? Right? Why can't we have both? The challenge is if you focus on the profits, you don't focus on the people and value them, ultimately, it makes it difficult for your business to be sustainable. Organizations have life cycles. Whether you like it or not, the organization will come to a full cycle when you need to renew the vision of the organization. So if you want to be around for a long time, invest in people too. Make the money, but invest in the people, right? Prioritize people. Okay. Yes. So on my social media pages, you'll see my link tree. I'll strongly recommend that you check my link tree. Some people, for example, now I'll tell you that I spend most of my time now coaching leaders. I'm not getting younger, right? So I've got to invest every minute, every second to get maximum value. So right now, I invest most of my time with C-level leaders at the highest level. Why? Just because their impact is outsized. Yes, I still reach everybody. I leverage technology to do that. But in terms of one-on-one, last week, one of such amazing leaders flew in from Texas, and we spent just about 2 hours together, right? And it's amazing. When he shared his story, was just simply amazing. Okay, so some people ask, okay, so is it possible to have one-on-one with you? Absolutely. Just reach out to our team. It's coaching, right? It's coaching. info@samadeyemiglc.com. info@samadeyemiglc.com. Oh yes. Let me see. Oh, Abel John is asking, when is your new book coming out? My new book is titled Shifts. The first that would be published by a global publishing company, John Wiley and Sons. The title is Shifts. Shifts. 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. It's a powerful model that I share there. And I share how it can transform your personal life, how it can transform your team and organization, and how it can transform a nation, how you can leverage that model to transform a whole nation. Powerful. The pre-order is on right now as we're speaking, and the release date is first week of February, 4th of February 2025. I encourage that you book your copy now, especially, right? This is a special request from me to everyone in our community. This is our project, right? Let's make it a bestseller. This is our collective project because I am representing. I'm representing us on the global stage. Yes. So if you go on Barnes & Noble, bookshop.com, amazon.com, just type shifts Sam Adeyemi, okay? And you see it there. We'll talk about it a bit more very soon, okay? Let me give some quick short answers and we'll be gone, okay? Quick short answers. Can we have values for every aspect of life or just a set of values can cover for all aspects of life? Well, you want your life integrated, right? Because in a sense, yes, you play different roles. But in a sense, it's the same person that is playing those roles. So yes, you can have different sets of values for different areas of your life. You founded an organization. The values for that organization may be different from that of another organization that you set up. The core values for your family may be different from that of your business, right? So yes, that is permitted. Then at a personal level, you need to have some core values that will be the same wherever it is that you show up, right? I want to be a leadership coach. Is it a must? I must work in corporate office to gather experience before I can become a coach. I'm presently 28. Oh no. Leadership is about people, right? And you find people in practically all areas of life. And only you cannot reach 8 billion people, right? So I'll tell you that you're already qualified at a level to coach other people right now, as you are. At 28, you've been through some things. Just think of the number of people that are behind you. Okay, let me say, I'm not sure which country you are in, but you can check the data in your country and see the number of people that are younger than your age, right? Like if you're in Nigeria, the mean age, average age is 18. So in Nigeria, if you are 20 years old, half of the country is younger than you. Look at that, right? So if you've been through high school, you have a lot to teach high school students about leadership, right? So I'm just saying, most of the time, we undervalue what we have. Value what you have already and use it. I went on radio at 28, just a few days after my 28th birthday. I had this strong passion, strong intuition to go on radio. My head was in conflict. I was going to teach success principles. I was asking myself, what authority do you have to teach people how to succeed? Should you not be successful first? But then I underestimated what I knew, because what gives you, what makes you a leader? There are different things that make you a leader. So what you've achieved is one, but then what you've learned is another. Because it's possible that at 28, somebody already has a PhD in the field, right? And is a lecturer at a university. You get what I mean? So sometimes what you learn is a major part of it. Okay. Okay. And then what you've accomplished also. So I'm just saying, do the best that you can right now, but just make sure that you continue to learn. You never stop learning. You are also learning from other coaches. Some people get surprised when I say that I have coaches. Yes. Okay, because that's the only way I can become a new person, stretch and not freeze where I am. Israel is asking, how do you visualize the future and how do you get there? Okay. Your imagination, that's a beautiful gift God gave you. Helps you to jump over limitations. In your imagination, you are not limited by time. You are not limited by space. You are not limited by time means you can live in the past, you can live in the future. It's so fantastic. You are not limited by space means physically it will take you hours to go from where you are to another continent in your imagination, fraction of a second. So take advantage of it. The amazing principle is whatever picture stays there long enough will become your reality. The next thing then is for you to set goals, draw up a plan. Okay, set goals. 1 year goals, 5 year goals, 10 years, 20, 30, 40 year goals. Okay, just keep increasing the parameters. Okay, and then come close to the 1 year, bring it down, break it down to monthly, break it down to weekly, and then decide what you're going to do tomorrow and take the first step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Sandra is asking, I want to understand partnership. I need partners in my business, especially those that will bring in funds. What book will you recommend, sir? I read the book on impact investors some time ago. I'm not sure if you're one, but impact investors are people who want to invest, they want to make money, essentially because they want to change the world. They want to be able to spend their money on social causes. But I'll suggest, though, that you Google. I can't think of specific books offhand right away, but I'm sure you'll find them online. Okay, George says, to your mentor, you need to be teachable, accountable, imitate good things from them, obey, and be humble. Okay. What should I do if it seems my mentor is not growing, especially other than spiritual things? Oh, fantastic. Nothing says you've got to have only one mentor in this world. You can have different mentors for different areas of your life. Okay? Absolutely. In the area of marriage, a mentor. In the area of finance, a mentor. In the area of your career as an engineer, a mentor, right? Good. That helps you to scale over that. How do you carry along or handle a sub-leader or head of unit who is not result-oriented but giving excuses? Amazing. Okay, maybe the first thing is send them to the training, how to become a strategic leader. The first thing you want to do is help someone to grow, help someone to change, help someone to shift their thinking, invest in them. But honestly, if you say somebody is unwilling to grow and giving excuses, you got to serve the warning and let them go if they are not ready to change. What do you do to help someone who doesn't want to change? No. Okay. Well, I think I've held us long enough for this evening. Yemi is asking, how are you able to transform this? Your advice for starting a new church? That's a whole program. That's a whole program. December 3rd this year, we have what we call the 1,000 plus church growth training for pastors. Well, just tell you want to start a church, pray and make sure that you establish your place spiritually over the territory that you are in. Every city has gates. Check the Bible. When Jesus said the gates of hell will not prevail, I'll build a church, the gates of hell will not prevail. Every city has a gate. Every industry has a gate. So you want to establish your victory spiritually. Very important. Get some people to pray with you extensively before you take off. While you're doing that, train the initial team. Okay, train the initial team and then start. And once you start, recruit more people and train them. One of the most important things, you asked me how Daystar changed. We built a training system. We call it Daystar Academy, 4 levels of training. We say it's a high institution, 100 level, 200 level, 300 level, 400 level, right? Training. So we built it like a factory. So somebody can come in as a sinner from one end. By the time they come out at the other end, they'll be a minister. It's that radical, that powerful, that effective. And many churches have copied that training system around the world, and they've done fantastically well. All right. Thank you. I've held you long enough for this evening. Thank you so much. This week is going to be a profitable, prosperous week for you. Remember, right? You can go on my linktr. You can go on my linktr and find everything that we're doing there. But very importantly, this Thursday, That would be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. UK time, Nigeria time. Okay, that would be 11. Oh, no. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. EST. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. EST. That would be 9 p.m. in the UK and Nigeria. Okay, just 2 hours. I want to invest those 2 hours to coach some people in being strategic. Okay? Quite a bit of the things I've been doing the last 3 years are about the next 10 to 20 years. Okay? I can't wait to be able to share with some of us what it takes, okay, to be a strategic leader. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Has this been helpful? Has this been helpful? Thank you, Israel. Thank you, George. Thank you. Has this been helpful? Yes, if you type the letter Y, if I see, let's say 3, then I will know that this was helpful and this was what the what. Then we'll do more of it. Thank you. I got a lot already. So please enjoy your evening, and whatever it is you were planning to do this week, do it. Make that phone call, submit that proposal, put in that application. Yes, do it. Nice to see you, Olajumoke. Nice to see you, Toby. Together, nice to see you, everyone. Tunde Adebayo. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your evening, and bye for now.